I know that it's safer, I know that it's softer, and I know that it lasts longer.
When the Coon Rapids Cardinals take the field this fall, they'll play on a synthetic surface. Until now, it's something they've done only on an opponent's home turf.
Our kids have commented, playing on it, how much easier it is to cut on. Truer bounces, kind of a big deal, particularly with soccer.
The installation of the new turf started this week. A giant sewing machine was used to stitch each section of the turf together. Back in June, crews tore out the natural grass and installed a new irrigation system for the synthetic turf. The new surface will allow the school to increase its field usage by 4 months each year rather than cancel a game after a heavy rain.
We'll be able to go right out there the next day and know that we're playing on a truer surface and not having to worry about kids getting hurt stepping in holes.
Heading into August, the turf will need to settle for a few weeks before athletes can take the field.
The 16th is kind of the magic date when we're going to be able to get on there for the first time.
I'm Steve Antis reporting for Community Update.
Times and tenants may have changed, but Marta's Tailor shop has remained a constant at the Coon Rapids Family Center Mall for many decades.
We can do almost anything here. We even do little small upholstery.
Marta Tomczek, who came to the U.S. from Germany after World War II, got most of her training and alterations working for Dayton's before opening her own shop. She moved her store several times in Anoka County before settling into a space at the Coon Rapids Family Center Mall.
I like the work, I like the people, and whatever I do, usually I do it right. It's very seldom I have to redo. It's like 99% comes perfect when you fit.
Following a colon cancer diagnosis in 1995, Marta sold off the business after being told she only had 5 years to live. However, she was back at work just days after surgery. Since then, the shop has had several different owners, but Marta remains a fixture.
It seems like each time they're selling, it looks like they're selling with me in it. They don't want to let me go.
Pa Chang is now running Marta's Tailor shop. Her brother purchased the business 2 years ago.
She's really amazing. She teach me some tips that I don't know.
Chang, who was born in Thailand, moved to the U.S. in 2005. She says her love of fashion and creativity makes tailoring a perfect fit.
In my dreams, I always dreamed that one day I want to own a tailor shop because I feel like it's fun and you meet new people and you do different things.
Chang got her start in tailoring back in 2018 at a shop that was willing to teach and train her. Since moving to Marta's Tailor shop, she's learned even more from her new mentor.
I will always go to her and she always give me a quick, easy way to do it. So she is super amazing.
At 91 years old, Marta knows her days at the shop are numbered, but she's not giving up just yet.
I'm getting a little bit too old to work, but soon she gets on her feet and gets somebody else that we can train in, then I'm gonna retire.
Three seats on the Anoka School Board will be up for election this fall. District 3, currently served by Bill Harvey, represents Champlin along with portions of Coon Rapids and Dayton. District 4, currently represented by Anna Dirkswager, covers portions of Andover, Ramsey, Ham Lake, Oak Grove, and Now Then. And District 6, a seat held by Jeff Simon, represents portions of Coon Rapids and Andover. Filings for office open July 27th and continue through August 10th. For more information, log on to Anoka County's website and click on Elections. School board members serve a 4-year term. Here's your City Council recap for Thursday, July 22nd. This week, the City Council voted to keep a water emergency in place due to the drought-like conditions which are impacting much of the state. Starting next week, signs like this will go up around the community, informing residents about the emergency water ban. Watering is prohibited every day between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. until further notice. This is in addition to the normal odd-even watering ban. The water emergency is necessary to maintain water for everyday uses, along with having enough capacity to fight fires. A big donation this week for the Coon Rapids Police Department. Longtime retired K-9 handler Mark McDonough is donating a Belgian Malinois to the police department. A recent promotion of one of 2 K-9 handlers requires a new K-9 team. Officer Bill Johnson will begin training with the new dog in August. 2 ordinances that were introduced at the last meeting were officially approved this week. The first allows a medical cannabis dispensary as a permitted use in a community commercial district in the city. Leafline Labs is looking to open in the small strip center in front of Lowe's. The other ordinance bans targeted residential picketing in Coon Rapids. It specifically prohibits marching, standing, or patrolling aimed at a specific home in a manner that affects safety, security, and privacy of the occupants, or prevents the homeowners from entering and exiting their property. And that's your City Council recap for Thursday, July 22nd. Of course, you can find the full agendas and information on each item on the city's website, coonrapidsmn.gov. The meetings are also live on cable and streamed on the CTN YouTube channel. Some of the best golfers in the world are in Blaine this week for the annual 3M Open. But before championship play started, players and fans got a lesson in science. CTN's Steve Antis has more.
We're super happy to be back after COVID.
Great golf's never better than when fans are near. And while you're out at the 3M Open, you can stop by the Fan Village for a number of things to see and do, including the 3M Science Hub.
What we have here on display is a series of products that people will find in their everyday life, or some things that they didn't even know we do.
3M's Corporate Affairs Denise Rutherford showed off some of the tech being used with 3M partners. Actor Josh Duhamel struck a pose with some top golfers virtually through the magic mirror.
It's actually the same technology we use for making respirators.
The 17th and 18th holes at the TPC were recreated in miniature, mini golf made from 3M sponges.
Our relationship with that hospital is very well known.
3M Open Ambassador Kyle Rudolph helped unveil the art display on site called Wrapped in Happiness. It showcases the University of Minnesota Masonic Children's Hospital with nearly 100 pieces of children's artwork.
We spent some time here yesterday walking around, and there's unbelievable stories, and the personalities and the stories of these patients shine through in their artwork.
3M Science was used to wrap the artwork.
So we have to use science to think about how dimensionally is this film going to stretch or to shrink as it goes around that golf ball. And that's the film that we've got on these golf balls here, so the images look just like the kids designed them, even though it's now in a 3-dimension around a golf ball.
This year, 3M will donate $1.5 million to a number of charities in the Twin Cities, which is truly golf that matters. From Blaine, I'm Steve Antis reporting for Community Update.
The 3M Science Hub is the tournament's newest feature and located near the 18th hole. Now the attention turns to the game of golf. Championship play starts Thursday and continues through Sunday at the TPC. Kids 15 and under are admitted free, courtesy of Cub Foods. For tickets or more information, log on to 3mopen.com. Both the Golf Channel and CBS will have coverage this weekend. The Coon Rapids Farmers Market is back in the parking lot of the Coon Rapids Ice Center. You'll find fresh vegetables, berries, flowers, honeys, jams, breads, and more. New this year, 2 staff members from River Trail Learning Center opened their own booth. They are selling salsas, jams, breads, cake pops, and some organic vegetables that they grow in their backyard. 10% of the proceeds will benefit students at the school.
We're both avid gardeners and we love our community, and we just wanted to be a part of integrating into our community and doing something that we love over the summer while we're not in school.
Kotke's Bus Company also has a booth. They are in need of bus drivers as the new school year quickly approaches. The Coon Rapids Farmers Market is open every Wednesday from 3 to 6 p.m. through October 13th. It's located in the parking lot of the Coon Rapids Ice Center and is sponsored by the Anoka County Growers Association. After a year off due to the pandemic, the Target USA Cup soccer tournament is back at the National Sports Center in Blaine. The fun started July 9th and continues through July 17th. Coming off the pandemic, only teams from the U.S. are participating in this year's tournament.
It's great. It's definitely different. We don't have international teams, so it's a little bit different of an audience, of teams, a little different energy, but we're just happy to be here, happy to be playing soccer.
So far it's been a great tournament, great team bonding experience, a chance to play some teams we don't normally play in league play and other tournaments, so it's been really fun for the girls.
In all, 800 teams from 17 different states are in Blaine for the tournament, which wraps up on Saturday, July 17th. For more information, log on to usacup.org.
We're going to shut the house side water valve off, and then we're going to start replacing the water meter.
The City of Coon Rapids is replacing water meters because the units are at the end of their warranty cycles, and they have new technology.
We're replacing about just short of 3,000 meters this year.
Going to change out this meter for this resident on our new meter upgrade program.
The meter replacement project will focus on residential homes. Originally, the water meters were slated for a 20-year replacement program, but many of them installed in homes around 2010 have failed earlier than expected.
The battery life was slated for 20 years. Well, we're getting at about 16, 17 years right now. We're seeing that failure rate, and that's why we kind of thought we're going to bite this off and get it taken care of sooner than later.
These are our new neoprene washers we're installing. We always put new washers in.
The new meter has an analog interface with moving components, which makes the display much easier to read.
If there's a leak in the property, if there's something that is continuous leaking past 30 days, if there's a high usage, there's different key signals that come across from that meter that give us warning that the resident really doesn't have any knowledge of, but they do when we reach out to them.
Ferguson Waterworks out of Blaine will help the city change out the majority of the nearly 3,000 water meters this year. And over the course of the next 4 years, the Utilities Department plans to change out about 15,000 water meters in residential homes.
At just a quick glance, you can see if you have water moving through your meter in your house.
If your home is due for a water meter change-out, you'll receive a letter from the city. I'm Steve Antis reporting for Community Update.
It's a 3-lane section heading up to Hanson. From that point, we'd like to carry that 3-lane section another 2 miles up to Round Lake Boulevard.
City, county, and state officials gathered late Tuesday afternoon to show off what's become a bottleneck for traffic in the North Metro. This stretch of Highway 10 carries 90,000 vehicles a day. The proposed solution to the congestion? Adding a 3rd lane to Highway 10 in both directions, from Hanson Boulevard to Round Lake Boulevard. But funding has been a roadblock, at least up until now.
We're proud in my office to have submitted a community funding project request for $25 million. We're going to push as hard as we can to try and get that investment here, because this is where it's needed.
Representative Tom Emmer of the 6th Congressional District is trying to get the funding included in the federal budget. If approved, construction could begin in 2024.
It's low-hanging fruit. Most of the work is done. Let's just get these last couple lanes in here, get these people moving. Let's get her done.
Because it's not about Democrats and Republicans. This is about Minnesotans, their safety, moving people and product the most efficient, safe way possible. It's something that we can all celebrate without having to be on one side of it or the other.